Hello everyone, it's Crunches here today, and we are back in Helldivers 2. Now, I want to talk about the game, and specifically about finding the fun again. There's been a lot of sort of issues with it and stuff like that, so I've been trying to be like, hey, why do I play this game? Why do I enjoy it so much? And what have I forgotten about it? Now, first of all, of course, there's the absolute mayhem of this game. There's the massive firefights, there's the massive, just overwhelming forces that have been sent at you, and it's quite exhilarating when you manage to get through it with your squad. You take them all out, and you're just like, holy crap, we survived that. Now, that is few and far between, but when it happens, it really is nice. And it's good, like, just using different types of weapons. I think we can get stuck using the same type of weapons as we go all the time and kind of forgetting how to use the other weapons. So I've been running with the breaker shotgun. Now I'm a hardcore SMG and AR sort of running man. I enjoy them quite a bit because they have nice sounds, they feel good and stuff like that. Now, I'm using the normal breaker shotgun. I haven't used this since the first days of fighting the Terminids. And wow, I gotta say, it's big and beefy. It reminds me a lot of Gears of War for some reason when I'm playing it. It looks nothing like from Gears of War, but it reminds me of the Lancer, how big and beefy it is. And it brings a bit of nostalgia back for me and stuff like that when when I'm playing. Of course, it plays nothing like those weapons, but because it's so big and beefy, it's like, I'm taking out some bad guys today, and that's kind of what I enjoy. So I've been just using the breaker action shotgun. I'm going to level up all my shotguns. I think I'm going to go back to the first one and start sort of, be like, hey, how can I use this effectively against the bad guys I like fighting? So yeah, I like fighting the automatons a lot, and that's kind of where I am with that. So that's what I'm enjoying so much, is leveling the weapons up, getting the ergonomics and the calibrations all right for different type of weapons. Gotta remember to use your weapon cycles, because not every weapon, if you really found a niche one for the automatons, gotta remember the automatons are different from the Terminids and the Illuminate. So using that weapon configuration might not be the best for different type of weapons, so just don't stick to one configuration. Like I imagine with shotguns, the ergonomics for the Terminids would be very good. So you can quickly move your shotgun around and take them out, because you get overwhelmed by the jumpy guys and all that stuff. So to have quicker ergonomics and to be able to fire at what you're getting at, as well as having the, I think it's the, the duck build kind of a weapon attachment on the nose, so you could just spray and you could take them out like in a field of fire, which is pretty good. For the Terminids, whereas I feel like you need to be accurate with your shots when it comes to the automatons, so aiming for the heads with the bigger guys, like the Devastators and stuff like that, aim for the heads. Get them out, because it is light. It's lightly armored, the heads are, so if you just ping them and you get it right, you can take the heads off. And I feel like it's 2 shots with the breaker. I feel like I've done it one before, but that might have been from like a peppering of like shots and stuff. So yeah, it's just finding the fun again in this game, and I really enjoy fighting the automatons. Yes, I've seen that with some NVIDIA drivers, that performance is starting to break down. So I went back in time and got a very stable version that people recommended for the NVIDIA drive. Unfortunately, I've had to update to the previous one that's been announced. That's been out in, I think, August or something like, or September. Mainly because it made all the Helldiver gear stretch and all that stuff, and be weird textures in game and on the bridge and everything. So I can't use the most recent driver, even though it's kind of like recommended you use the most recent driver, but it's bulked that game for some reason when I play it. Now it's the only thing that I changed was the driver, and so that balked it all. So it's just like, okay, that's not fun. So let's go back and play it with the previous driver, which is fine. It works fine. So yeah, that's an issue on PC only. So you Xbox guys and PlayStation guys are pretty alright. Let's get back to finding the fun. Now there is like a thing that you're fighting a certain type of enemies for a while, you're gonna get bored of it, aren't you? So do change it up. If you've been fighting the automatons, head over to the Terminids, have a little fun over there, and make sure you configure your weapons. You know, cycle your weapons. Be like, okay, ergonomics, the spread, so I can get them out, you know, out of the way and stuff like that. And that's how you can enjoy it. You can, it's like you've been fighting the automatons for so long that you go back to the Terminids and you're like, how do I fight these? I have to relearn it, and you kind of get engaged, and it's very interesting because I've, you know, leveled up all my ARs, as I said, and my SMGs, and I imagine you have to have a different ergonomic setting when fighting the Terminids. You've got to be quick moving because they're all around you and stuff. So having that ergonomics a little bit higher and stuff, using different weapon attachments and stuff like that to get that ergonomics, it feels really good. And you're just like, haha, I'm learning how to fight again against a different enemy. Now, if you really want a challenge, go to the Illuminate on level 10. Yeah, that's not fun, but it's, you know, if you really want a challenge and you find that fun, go to it. And also, I guess you've also got to remember, it's not all about like being on level 10. You can play lower levels and have fun. Focus on that. As well as if you have a few friends online and stuff, you can join in with them and have a fun time too. But if you're really being hammered by level 10 sort of missions and stuff and not being able to, you know, help with democracy, failing missions and stuff like that, lower the levels. There's no shame in it. We're all, you know, it's just about having fun, I think. And you just got to remember that it's a game, and what games are is entertainment. And you know, you don't have to be like, oh, gotta mid-max everything and all that stuff. You just gotta remember that it's a fun game to play. Just play it, have some fun, enjoy it. Just like, you know, go with it, and just be like, hey, I'm gonna do level 7s. I don't see, you know, as many robots and stuff, or level 9s or level whatever. I don't see as many automatons as I do. Performance doesn't tank as much too, because there's not so many enemies, which is nice. So yeah, keep that in mind. But it just gets really fun. Like you lower the level and you feel like you're dominating and stuff, and then you want a little bit more of a challenge. Go up by one. And if you're like, yeah, that was a really fun, I had to really try hard there, go back down. And then you know, what also I find fun? I find fun sometimes just running around a trivial map, farming some super credits, just getting those little bit things with the next war bond so I can save a little bit of money. It's some people find that really boring. I find it kind of fun. I'm just running around in my armor, just enjoying the time, like me creating a story in my head of what's going through the ODSD trooper as he runs through the sands of Hellmire or whatever, and it's kind of fun. Yeah, I enjoy it, coming up with those little, oh, we're going over here and stuff like that. And you know, the soldier actually survives a trivial mission, which is funny. I enjoy it. But yeah, that's more or less what I, you know, getting back to it, what I enjoy with Helldivers. The intense moments, the firefighting, the learning new weapons and stuff like that. Relearning old weapons that I love, that I haven't played with ages because I got obsessed with ARs and SMGs and stuff, and then forgetting about the whole other arsenal I have that I need to work on getting level up and stuff, and I just forgot about all that stuff, just focusing on AR balancing and SMGs and not being happy with it and not satisfied with it, that to the point where I'm like, I don't really want to play. But then I remember I have a bunch of shotguns, bunch of energy weapons, some special explosive weapons and all that stuff. And it's just like, I need to level this stuff up. This is, it's different and it changes up how you play. So it's like having that freshness again when using new weapons is what I quite like. Of course, a lot of, you know, you want to have a hard-hitting weapon so you can not totally screw it and stuff. But at the same time, you know, as you need to learn how to use the weapon. I think they're all kind of like viable in a way, and you just got to learn how to use it. Like, oh, for this shotgun, you need to aim for the heads and stuff, and only the heads if you want to see anything kind of happen. So it's just like you got to increase your ergonomics and stuff with that weapon. In a way, you can. Pretty sure you can. But yeah, it's you know, it's really good. I think it's quite enjoyable when you just strip it back. Don't get too bogged down with you know, all the, you know, there is a lot of problems with the game, don't get me wrong, but if you obsess with them, you're gonna deplete your enjoyment of the game and you're gonna end up being like, I'm going elsewhere. So I think you know, you just gotta just do that kind of thing. And of course, you know, it's totally up to you. If it doesn't make you happy, don't play it. Go back and play it. Like over the weekend, I got really annoyed with the game, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna play some game like old games. And what I ended up was playing the Gears of War. I played 2 and 3, and I really enjoyed it. And then I was like, you know what, let's continue this nostalgia train and play some Fable. And I got to say, I really enjoyed it. It was a nice refresh, and then coming to Helldivers 2, it feels a little bit more newer because I'm changing up the weapons. So I'm like, oh, I refreshed myself and stuff. Don't play the game that you're always playing and stuff. So yeah, anyway, that's all from me. Just helping you find the fun in the game, and you know, stuff like that, and reminding why we like Helldivers. You know, it is fun. It's a fun game. It's a really fun game. All right, that's all from me. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.